Okay, I know it's been a while since I did a video, so I thought I'd do a little something on the mushroom project that my daughter and I have been doing. She's not here today, but we started in the fall of 2020 with inoculating some logs with shiitake and lion's mane and snow oysters, and we also started a bed of wine caps or Strava, Latin names. Stropharia rugosa, and so that did really well. We just basically threw down some wood chips that we chipped, and a little bit of sawdust spawn, and some more wood chips, and then the next year we got copious amounts of those mushrooms, and then this fall the shiitake logs fruited a little bit, and I took one of them and started some cultures in petri dishes on agar-agar and malt, and got them started, and then made some sawdust bags full, and they've been producing all winter. I'll put some pictures of those with it, but today I took some more tissue samples from another shiitake mushroom and also king oyster mushrooms, and those were I forget. We'll look at the date on the petri dishes in a moment. I think it was the 13th. Today's the 26th. So we'll take a look at those petri dishes, and I'm going to transfer them onto rye grain and start some more sawdust blocks. So we'll turn the camera around and I'll show you those petri dishes. Well, let's see. So these are the cultures. We get the king oyster here. Yeah, I started them on the 13th. Or kings. All of these kings came from one little oyster mushroom that I took out and took samples out of the middle of, and then the shiitake tissue samples that I started are here. They're doing okay, not quite as big as the oysters, but I guess that's to be expected. And then what we'll do is these little containers here I started on the 18th with some other cultures, and you can see the mycelium is growing in there. These are about ready to be transferred up to a little bigger jar. So I've got some pints over here that I just pressure cooked, and we'll get these things transferred into those. So the process for that I do is I have a scalpel, and I just clean that and then put it under a flame and get it hot to sterilize it, and then we'll transfer these directly into the grain, and that'll be that. And then once that gets done, then this little unit right here is my laminar flow airflow. I did it, instead of just having it open, I have it in a box that I can close this plexiglass door. But basically the airflow comes out of that thing and just flows right out the front of it. So I stand out here and work and keep it clean. And then this little space right here, I have a little closet basically that's plastic lined and has metal shelves in it, and then it has filter fabric at the top and bottom. And that's the inside. And I have just a little tiny heater with a fan that is on this Inkwood thermostat that keeps it at about 75 degrees. So the guys can incubate in here. These are some sawdust bags that I started about a week ago. Well, actually on the 19th, yeah, so almost a week ago, and you can see they're starting to colonize as well. Those are lion's mane, actually. But anyway, so that's my little process. I bought these plastic lids for my mason jars and put filter fabric or filter patches on the holes. There I have some more grain that's been starting to colonize, and in the back up there, the two back jars are maitake cultures that I've got going in on sawdust, and more smaller cultures, but anyway, and more petri dishes. But and then so they sit in here until they're fully colonized, and then I move them over to this little incubator or whatever fruiting chamber I've got, which is basically kind of the same idea as the other closet. It's got filter fabric down there at the bottom so the CO2 can escape, and then I've got a little just steam type humidifier that's that generates enough moisture in here to keep it at about 85% humidity. That's a lion's mane growing out of the side of that sawdust bag. And I re-soaked my shiitake sawdust blocks again a couple days ago, and I put them back in the fruiting chamber I think the day before yesterday, and now you can see the lighting is poor because it's coming in from outside, but you can see they're pinning out pretty well here. I've got lots of little shiitakes coming probably in about 3 days. This is the third fruiting for these sawdust logs. You just take them, after they stop fruiting, you just soak them in water. I put them in a sink and put something on top of them to hold them under the water, and then they sit in there for 48 hours, and then I pull them back out, stick them in here, and they start fruiting again. So that's how that works.